Of course. Hello, my name is Ina Gerginova. I'm a freelance dancer, choreographer, actress, and teacher. I also design and create workshops and seminars for groups with different needs, with the tools of contemporary dance music and other improvisational performing arts. And I have experience working with visually impaired youngsters, with refugees, with orphans and homeless children, also with people with different disabilities and illnesses, and elderly people also. So, yeah. I'm the founder and artistic director of Muze Dance Company, which main focus is social engagement in arts. We work mainly with the language of contemporary dance, but also, of course, accompanied by contemporary music and different theatrical and even cinematic tools, I would say. But yes, and the topics we choose are we try to choose topics that are significant for larger groups of people, even on a global scale.
What is your project called? Please describe it.
Yes, the first project is called Plastonia, which is a little game of words. It comes from plastic and tons of plastic. So it's a dance project, and it's, I would say, the project that with which we started a tradition to deliver certain topics through various different cultural events, or let's say different approaches to reach audiences. And Plastonia, its central part of the central part of the project is a performance. The script is dystopian view of the earth in the future, in a possible future, in which our environment is destroyed by the ecological crisis, and there is new order operating on earth, and the people are suffering a lot without resources and so on. So this is the, let's say, the script behind it, but I wouldn't say it's a warning. I would say it's more of a reminder, because we really believe that humanity needs to be much more active in this particular area, being socially active, even with small actions. It's not. It doesn't have to be so complex. We can do things with our everyday actions to postpone, in a way, what is coming. And we all see that there are lots of changes are happening in our environment, and they're not for good.
Yeah, I agree.
How is your project linked to cultural peer learning?
Well, maybe I'm not sure that it is so direct. I think it's more implicit, if I can say, because we did a lot of activities. One of them was a huge information campaign, which we shared through performative street actions and flash mob performances of miniatures of Bostonia in schools in Sofia. So we, our aim was to reach audiences in their everyday environment. So in a way, this is already an interaction, but then after performing the miniature, the dancers were also literally interacting with the audiences, both on the streets of the city and in the schools. And they were giving them materials which are contain facts of about plastic pollution and also the simple ways in which we can be part of the change, let's say, or live more sustainable lives with less plastic, because it is mainly about plastic. So yes, and we also did, besides these street and school actions, we also did 2 interactive performances online, which were completely improvised. They were again on the topic of environmental crisis, but they were completely improvised, and the audience could participate, sharing their opinions about the topic, and then the dancers were kind of embodying the sharings. And yes, so it was, in a way, it was a dialogue between, not only between artists and audience, but also between the audience in itself.
How are the participants involved? How can others join?
It wasn't a shout out. We had partners that were helping us, of course, but our idea was to go to schools that are more in the peripheral area of the city, so they don't have so much how to say, access to contemporary art, probably, as far as we know. So this was the idea, to reach young people who maybe have never seen contemporary dance, and at the same time to attract their attention to this topic, ecological topic. And the street
Right.
actions, they were in central spots of the city, pedestrian streets mainly, where people just pass by, and we can reach all kinds of different audiences, different age.
What are the benefits?
Well, for sure, we have quite positive feedback from audiences that they were touched by the way we delivered the message that we wanted to deliver. And I hope that our campaign, information campaign, can also have its own impact in the future, because it's a bit, how to say, we tend to make out of these important topics in nowadays, we tend to create cliches from them. So sometimes we get even bored and we say, okay, I know these things, but I have my own problems and so on. But we believe that using the language of performing arts, we can again connect in a different way with people, which is more personal, so that they can imagine what it is if it comes really in their own lives. Like, if these problems are actually theirs at this moment.
Yeah.
So I think that I hope that this would have bigger impact.
Yeah, let's hope so, because this is the present. It's also it will also be the future if we don't change our actions and our
Exactly.
attitudes. Yeah. There must have been challenges.
What are the challenges?
Yeah, always, of course.
There are
But
always
they're
challenges.
more they're more on the maybe on the organizational part of the whole thing, because it was quite a big project and we are a freelance company, so we had the yeah, the challenges that maybe most of freelance artists can have. So I don't want to spend much time on them, but yes, I would say that there is this saying that when you create a certain performance, you have to, in a way, suffer the topic to experience the real suffering of the script, let's say. So I can say that in a way we had our suffering on the way to create it, but after that it was really what's the word? It gave us back a lot. So we're happy that we managed to create it.
How can this project be transferred to the digital dimension?
Yes, there are some trailers of all the both of the performance and the actions, the street actions and school actions. Also, we did this. They're not recorded. I mean, they're not public. But we did these two performances, interactive ones that I mentioned online. They were completely online. So it was some kind of presence in the digital space. And also we are creating, right now, we are creating one online platform for socially engaged arts, which is called Move for Change. And maybe I'll have a chance to talk more about it later. But we want to present their different artists that work in the area of socially engaged arts in the field.
Wonderful.
Of course. So hello, my name is Ina Gerginova. I'm a freelance dancer, choreographer, actress, and teacher. I also design and create workshops and seminars for groups with different needs, with the tools of contemporary dance music and other improvisational performing arts. And I have experience working with visually impaired youngsters, with refugees, with orphans and homeless children, also with people with different disabilities and illnesses, and elderly people also. So, yeah. I'm the founder and artistic director of Muzikan's Dance Company, which main focus is social engagement in arts. We work mainly with the language of contemporary dance, but also, of course, accompanied by contemporary music and different theatrical and even cinematic tools, I would say. But yes, and the topics we choose are we try to choose topics that are significant for larger groups of people, even on a global scale.
What is your project called? Please describe it.
Another large-scale project I would say that we made, it is called, in English, it's again a game of words, obviously I like them, Depersonalities. which I don't need to explain it, I guess.
Yeah.
And it was about different types of discrimination and the labels that we tend to put on one another in different cultures, different countries, and in general. And it aims to provoke a dialogue between the different communities, not only here in Bulgaria, but of course the live project happened here, so it is addressed to the communities here mainly, but not only. To provoke dialogue between them and to, how to say, again, to remind ourselves what the terms tolerance and empathy and acceptance are, because they are also overused in the last years, and not always this is positive thing, because exactly because they're overused.
Overused, yeah.
Yes, but anyway, we really believe that if we see each other genuinely as human beings, the world would really be a better place to live together in. So this is the topic of this project, and we created again full performance which has its script and, let's say, a storyline that you can follow when you see it in the theater, but also again in the same principle that we worked on Plastonia. We created miniature, which is independent from the performance, and we went again to different places with it. We went to a school in which there are more refugee children and children from Roma communities, so mixed communities in the school, mixed representatives of different communities.
Yeah.
Different representatives of the communities in our capital. Also, we went on this quite famous place where also many different cultures can meet. This is Zhenski Bazar. This is the women's marketplace, which is an outdoor market where you can meet really people from many different cultures who are inhabiting Sofia. Also, we went to the Jewish Cultural Center with it, and to some refugee camps here in partnership with International Organization of Migration, Bulgaria. And yes, so we reached again different micro communities in the community of our city. And then out of it, because we wanted somehow to, after we visited all those places, we wanted to somehow to try to gather people from these different micro communities in one place. So we created another format, a dance format called the Danceperimental, which is completely improvisational again. So and it is based on the language of only dance and music, but the script is in the hands of the audience. So the audience share their personal stories, and we embody them through dance and music.
Wow.
Yes, so it's again a space, a safe space to create a dialogue between people who are attending the performances, but also in this very delicate and metaphorical language of dance, because dance is very abstract. So when we touch sensitive topics, it is much more safer to go deeper in these topics, because we don't use so many words. The words are only in the audience. They share through words, through language, their stories, but then they see only physical and sound embodiment of their sharings. So we believe that this is a very powerful tool also to work in communities where there is conflict or some need of all kinds.
Yeah, it makes sense because people will be interpreting what you give them as movement and as sound the way they need to interpret them at that particular moment in a healing direction or in a pacifying direction.
Yes.
Yeah, whatever issue they have to solve.
Exactly, yes. Maybe this is the reason that we use contemporary dance as a main language, because we truly believe in the power of movement to touch the world, and to for every person who is experiencing it to find their own personal story or a moment that's important, that's connected to their experience in this particular moment in their lives.
Yeah, wonderful. Are there materials to share from some snippets from such?
Well, unfortunately, we have only photos because, yeah, we don't have, how to say, nicely edited material from this, because and also it is a bit complicated because we never show the stories, so we have to just make a mix of movements that are mirroring, that are embodying the stories, but not get it's hard to
it's hard to make sense for anyone who is not present.
Exactly, yes.
In the moment. Yeah, I get it. Yes, that's the playback thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is this format. It is inspired by playback theater, but still, I role of the conductor, the person who is making the connection between the scene, the artists, and the audience. We used a very different approach, and also we use only dance. So I would say it is inspired by playback theater, but it's quite different.
It's not. Yeah. Right.
So this was, in a way, the end of this project, the personalities. We wanted to create space for people to meet and share their different stories, different culture, different views of the world. And I would say we kind of succeeded. We had one performance in Bulgarian, and also, for a Bulgarian speaking audience, and one for English speaking audiences. And then after the end of this project, we continued performing this format. So, and we are planning to continue doing it in different contexts. But after we finished, we decided, okay, but we don't have enough from working with the ecological team and with the team connected to discrimination and preventing discrimination. So we decided to create another project called Dance Comes to You. and using the two miniatures from Plastonia, from the personalities, and visiting smaller towns or villages in Bulgaria, showing the miniatures, then having a little discussion with the audience about the two topics. And on the second day, it was weekend-based events. Weekend events. It was, yeah. So on the second day, we were making a dance workshop for youngsters. Again, of course, dancing, but also finding ways to express the voices of the young people connected to these two important topics. So it was
Very good combination.
It was really magical. Yeah, we also again managed to have participants from different contexts. We had orphan children. We had also refugees from the Middle East, and the variety and richness. Can I say richness?
Yes, of course.
Of the voices of the young people were really inspiring to see how quite different people from very different places can have very similar voices.
Quite uniting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you want to break the stereotypes, you need to show people different personalities. That's it. We just need experience, because the human mind is usually afraid of what it doesn't know and what it cannot put in a box. So yeah, what you are doing is really inspiring. Compliments.
Thank you. Yeah.
Wonderful.
Of course. Well, hello. My name is Ina Gerginova. I'm a freelance dancer, choreographer, actress, and teacher. I also design and create workshops and seminars for groups with different needs, with the tools of contemporary dance music and other improvisational performing arts. And I have experience working with visually impaired youngsters, with refugees, with orphans and homeless children, also with people with different disabilities and illnesses, and elderly people also. So, yeah. I'm the founder and artistic director of Muze Dance Company, which main focus is social engagement in arts. We work mainly with the language of contemporary dance, but also, of course, accompanied by contemporary music and different theatrical and even cinematic tools, I would say. But yes, and the topics we choose are we try to choose topics that are significant for larger groups of people, even on a global scale.
What is your project called? Please describe it.
From all these initiatives that I already mentioned, we started to feel the need of a space that can gather all these things together, and not only our work. So we decided that the best in our contemporary world would be this space to be digital. So we decided to create a platform, online platform called Move for Change, which is a platform for socially engaged contemporary arts. And it is now in the process of reconstruction, because we started it 3 years ago, but now we want to make some changes in it. But very, very soon, we hope that it's going to be online, and we are not only presenting our work, as I said, but also very soon we will start presenting other Bulgarian artists who are working in the field of social engagement in arts. And the platform will be bilingual, so very soon we'll have an English version, and we hope that we will be able to start hosting projects, presenting projects of people, artists from abroad. So there will be a whole year open call for any projects that would like to become members of our platform. And yes, this is one aspect of it. And the other one is that we decided to create a little platform in the platform, which is called Creative Audiences. And the idea is not only, of course, to attract the attention of new audiences to the contemporary socially engaged arts, but also to inspire them to be creative too. So the idea is for the audiences can share their feedback to different types of socially engaged art that they attended through artistic action. It can be whatever. They can write poetry, monologues, they can record a dance video, they can record a song video, or draw a painting or something, and they can send them on our platform. So then we'll start sharing them, and also, of course, there will be small awards from time to time, like tickets for performances and stuff like that.
Wow.
So we're really excited about this idea, because we believe that, again, it will create different senses of community, both between artists and also between audiences, and also between the two artists and audiences.